And gentlemen, we're on the road to Royal Rumble 2026. It's going to be airing live from Saudi Arabia on January 31st. Charlotte Flair won the Women's Royal Rumble last year. It was a failure of a decision ultimately because she didn't capture the title from Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania. She missed the entire year of 2024 due to injury. She returned in the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble, won it, and everybody was pissed. Nobody wanted to see Flair win the Royal Rumble. They wanted her back, but they didn't want to see her at the top of the card. Now she's in a tag team with Alexa Bliss. Time will tell if she'll get back to the top of the division, but we're going to start with Charlotte Flair, actually, and I'm going to put her in anything is possible. She's going to be a favorite to win, but I think it would be an unbelievable mistake if they had Charlotte Flair win the Women's Royal Rumble in back-to-back years when the crowd doesn't want her to. She's trying to become a babyface now. She's better as a heel, but her tag team with Alexa Bliss, the whole purpose of that is to turn her babyface. We'll see if it works long-term. It's working now, but the second she becomes a single star again, I think fans are going to turn against her. Next up is Bayley. She won the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble. She defeated Io Sky, her former Damage Control stablemate, at WrestleMania XL, WrestleMania 40, to win the title. She's not been a main event star since. Last year, she was supposed to be teaming up with Lyra Valkyria. Becky Lynch returned and attacked her and took her spot at WrestleMania. It's been a running theme. She has split personalities on Raw. She's in a tag team still with Valkyria. She's not winning it. I'm going to go with hell no. I'm a big fan of Bayley, but I just do not see them giving her another Women's Royal Rumble victory. No chance. It's going to throw Alba Fire right next to Bayley on hell no. She's aligned with Chelsea Green, who I would have had on hell no if she didn't just drop the Women's United States Championship to Julia. That completely caught me off guard. Julia, I wasn't a fan of her first reign as Women's United States Champion. I don't even remember it. Totally forgettable. Chelsea Green, to me, symbolizes that title, but they've taken it away from her. Maybe they have bigger plans. Matt Cardona, her husband, just came back on SmackDown. Maybe they have huge plans for Chelsea Green, so I'm going to go with anything is possible. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go with a solid choice. Maybe they're elevating her to the major titles. She's done her time in the mid-card scene. She could be a main event star in the women's division. Why the hell not? She's that entertaining to me, so I'm going to go with a solid choice for Chelsea Green, and then I'm going to give Julia a hell no because she just won that title back, the Women's United States Championship. They're not going to have her win the Women's Royal Rumble match, too, I don't think. I just hope they have something planned for her. She's aligned with Kiana James. Kiana James was injured. Now she's in a managerial role, even though she's a young wrestler. We'll see, but I don't think Kiana James, I'm going to throw her on the hell no right next to Julia as well. I don't think they have main event plans for Kiana James anytime soon. Nia Jax, anything is possible. She's not going to win it, but she'll eliminate 10 people and then get thrown out by Candice LeRae or something. Something stupid will happen to Nia Jax, but she's not winning it, but I'll throw her in. Anything is possible. Candice LeRae, since I just mentioned her, hell no. Absolutely not. The Poison Pixie's just not winning the Royal Rumble. And neither is Ivy Nile of American Alpha or whatever the hell that faction's called now with the Creed brothers and Chad Gable. Hopefully when Chad Gable comes back, they have something planned for these stars. Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers, they're talented wrestlers. They need a mouthpiece. I don't know why they landed on Chad Gable as that mouthpiece, but whatever. But Ivy Nile and a good in-ring talent, a good hand, not winning the Women's Royal Rumble. And the same can be said for Natalya, the veteran. Hell no, she's not winning the Women's Royal Rumble this year. It would be insane if Natalya won the Women's Royal Rumble, but a great veteran. I'm glad she's on the roster. I hope they do her natty gimmick on WWE television, her training in the dungeon with the vignettes with Maxine Dupree. Bring that to WWE television, not the diva version of Natalya, the badass natty Neidhart. Bring that, the low-key legend, bring that to Raw. But she's not winning the Royal Rumble. I threw some interesting names on here. Sol Ruca, I think she has a huge future. I'm going to put her on anything is possible. She's not winning it, obviously, but I think WWE has huge plans for Sol Ruca on the main roster. As soon as possible, she's probably going to be in the Women's Royal Rumble. Jordynne Grace appeared on SmackDown this past Friday night. I'll put her in anything is possible as well. She would be a surprising choice. She could maybe she's the one who eliminates Nia Jax and has that kick-ass moment to establish her as a strong woman on the main roster to go up against stars like Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, whatever they have planned for Jordynne Grace. Her run in NXT was kind of disappointing to me. I don't know if Shawn Michaels didn't view her as a big star, but that was kind of disappointing. I thought they had much more planned for her in NXT, so we'll see on the main roster. But I don't think she's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble, but anything is possible. Next up is Rhea Ripley. Could easily win. She's in a tag team with Io Sky. She's a single star. So once that tag team is done, which should be soon, she should be chasing after a major title again as soon as possible. She could win this Royal Rumble. No questions asked. I would not complain for a second if Ripley won the Women's Royal Rumble this year. AJ Lee, she returned last September to team up with CM Punk to defeat Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins at WrestlePalooza 2025. She tapped out Becky Lynch in the mixed tag team at WrestlePalooza via the Black Widow submission hold, and then did the same to the man in the Women's War Games match. Becky Lynch is going to be challenging Maxine Dupree tomorrow night for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, but AJ Lee, I'm going to go with wouldn't be surprised. I don't think she's going to win it, but why not? She's not under a full-time contract. That news has come out, so she's not going to be a major champion. I don't see it. She's more of an attraction, a once-in-a-while wrestle 4, 5, 6 matches a year. So why would they have her win the Women's Royal Rumble match? She'll be in it, but I wouldn't be surprised if she won, but I don't really see it happening. Asuka would be a solid choice for me. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm putting her there because she's a legend. She's one half of the women's tag team champions with the Kairi Sane of the Kabuki Warriors. She's been on the roster forever. She has a ton of accomplishments, yet I still feel she's undervalued. That could be just me, but I'm going to put her on a solid choice. Her partner, though, Kairi Sane, will go on Hell No. It's just not happening for her. The Pirate Princess was more of a star in NXT than on the main roster. She's a tag team wrestler on the main roster. I think she's just typecast as that for the rest of her time in WWE. I don't think they're going to give her a singles run on the main roster, and so I have her as a hell no for winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. Same can be said for B-Fab. There was a moment there where I thought, she was in Hit Row, and that was a disaster with Swerve Strickland and AJ Francis and whoever the Adonis, whatever the hell the guy's name was, the other dude's name in the group was. There was a moment there, though, after that was broken up, and then she was just gone forever. They brought her back to TV. She had a couple promos. She had a couple matches. I thought they were going to do something with her. She can talk. Like, she's a good talker. She's okay in the ring. I don't know if there's anything really there, but she could be on television. She has a role, but she's not winning the Women's Royal Rumble, so hell no for B-Fab. Nikki Bella returned to the company last year. She's challenged for the Women's World Championship but failed to win it. Now she's a heel. I don't think she's going to win it, but I'll put her on Anything Is Possible. But, yeah, she's not winning it. And I'll put Raquel Rodriguez as Anything Is Possible as well. She's a giant in the division. She's very athletic. She's part of a popular faction, the Judgment Day on Raw. But I just don't see her winning the Women's Royal Rumble. She just, along with Nikki Bella, challenged Stephanie Vaquer in a triple threat match for the Women's World Championship and didn't win. And I don't think they have plans on her winning a singles title anytime soon. So Rodriguez, a great talent, good for building up other stars, but I just don't think they view her as a main eventer. Roxanne Perez, on the other hand, should be a main eventer in a few years, but now is not her time. But I'll throw her on a solid choice because it would be surprising as hell. She's like 22, 23 years old. It would be like, holy shit, I didn't see this one coming. Roxanne Perez winning the Women's Royal Rumble, getting Liv Morgan jealous. Maybe she could eliminate Liv Morgan to win it. That would be an exciting storyline to me. I'll give her a solid choice to win the Women's Royal Rumble match. Mia Yim Michin, she's not winning it. Hell no. She's never won a title in WWE, not even like a women's tag in NXT. She's been in the company for like a decade. Just never won a title. She lost the finals of the Women's United States Championship Tournament to Chelsea Green, the inaugural, when she won it for the first time, and that was basically the last time she was like ever in serious contention for a title. She's in a rivalry with Jade Cargill, but that she's not defeating Jade Cargill to win the WWE Women's Championship. So Michin, Mia Yim, whatever her name is now, hell no. I think she's very talented, but it's like a good hand type scenario. She's just She's just a good person to have on your roster, a mentor, work with younger talent. I'd like to see her back in NXT, to be honest. But she's not winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. Io Sky could easily win. She's wildly popular. I would have no problems with her winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. She could be champion again, and I would take no issue with it whatsoever. Charismatic and insanely talented in the ring. Piper Niven, hell no. Her career might be over. She has a neck injury. I hope she gets back soon, but even if she was 100% healthy, she's not winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. Nikki Cross, I'll throw her on hell no as well. She's in the Wyatt 6. I don't know if she even wrestles anymore, maybe occasionally. I always was a fan of Nikki Cross. I hated the Nikki Ash, Nikki ASH, almost a superhero character. I liked her insanity with Eric Young, that faction, and her husband, Killian Dane. But I do not, the Wyatt 6 were interesting to me, and now they're just kind of there. They're in a feud with, MFT's, Solo Sikoa's faction. They are the WWE Tag Team Champions, but they haven't really, Uncle Howdy just cuts ominous promos once a month, and it's just not really doing anything for me. And Nikki Cross as Sister Abigail is kind of just in the background. So, no, she's not winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. Blake Monroe recently lost her North American Championship in a botch in NXT to Thea Hale, formerly known as Mariah May in All Elite Wrestling, not on the main roster yet, but just throwing her on here in case they call her up or she's a surprise entrant. Same with Kalani Jordan. I don't think I have her on this list, but she could be in the Women's Royal Rumble. There's a ton of people, JC Jane, a ton of people could show up in there, but I'm just throwing Blake Monroe as an example here because I think she's going to be on the main roster soon. I don't know what else she has to improve, really. She was an AEW Women's Champion. She's in NXT. She's won a title. Get her on the main roster, but if they did and she performed in the Women's Royal Rumble, she would have absolutely no chance of winning. But I wouldn't be surprised to see her there, but no, she's not winning it. I have Naomi on this list, but she's pregnant, so I'll just throw her on the hell no. That ain't happening. Zelina, she's in a never-ending rivalry with Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley on SmackDown. Damian Priest won an ambulance match this past Friday night on SmackDown. Rhea Ripley was in the ambulance and chased Zelina away. They have Backlash 2026 is going to be in Puerto Rico right after WrestleMania. She faced Rhea Ripley back in the day, 2023, the Bad Bunny PLE, and got a great reaction for the Puerto Rico crowd, but I don't think WWE has any intention of getting her back in the title scene at all. She won the Women's U.S. title, had a very forgettable reign, and then lost it to Julia. So I don't see Zelina winning the Women's Royal Rumble, so we'll throw her in hell no. Zoe Stark, she's out with an injury, throw her in hell no. Can't wait to see her back, though. I'm a fan of Zoe Stark, but even when she's healthy, she's a mid-carder. She's not winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. Trish Stratus, anything is possible if the legend comes back. Obviously not going to win it, but hey, anything is possible. I'd love to see Trish Stratus in this year's Women's Royal Rumble. She's truly ageless. One of the only people on the planet who have not aged at all since I've seen her as a public figure. It's been like 30 years. Tiffany Stratton could easily win it. She lost the WWE Women's Championship to Jade Cargill at Saturday night's main event on November 1st. She's been pretty much off television ever since. The Buff Barbie could win it and, say, I want my title back at WrestleMania. Jade Cargill won the Women's Queen of the Ring tournament last year and then failed to win the WWE Women's Championship from Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam, but then she turned heel and won it at Saturday night's main event a few months later. But I could see WWE doing a hard reset on Tiffany Stratton, maybe introducing her as a heel. Who knows when she comes back? But she could win the Women's Royal Rumble. She doesn't even have to show up until then. She could just be the 30th entrant and win the match. But I think Tiffany Stratton would be a great choice to win it. Bianca Belair has not competed since WrestleMania 41, the triple threat match, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair for the Women's World Championship, which Io Sky won. She had a hand injury, then it was revealed to be a knuckle injury, so it's the recovery. It's much more intricate and annoying, and it sucks that the EST hasn't been on TV for so long, but I hope she's back for the Women's Royal Rumble match in Saudi Arabia, and honestly, if she's back, she's my pick to win because she's been out of the spotlight. She's been, even when she was healthy last year, she was trying to bring Jade Cargill along because Cargill had so far to go. She was so green, so they put her in a tag team with Belair and dragging her along. Bianca Belair is one of, if not the most athletic female wrestlers on the roster. She's insanely charismatic, and she's very over with WWE fans. So I would not be surprised. Could easily win. I put her in could easily win. Bianca Belair could easily win this year's Women's Royal Rumble match. Lyra Valkyria would be a solid choice. I wish she was higher. I want to put her on wouldn't be surprised, but honestly, I would be surprised at this point if Valkyria wins. She's they got her in the tag team division. She was the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion before losing it to Becky Lynch. I think she's mid-card right now. Maybe in a year or two, they bump her up and she gets a run as a Women's World Champion or WWE Women's Champion, but I do not see her winning the Women's Royal Rumble match this year. Alexa Bliss, she got a massive pop when she returned in the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble. She's in a tag team with Charlotte Flair, as mentioned earlier. I don't think they view her as a single star or a major champion anymore. I thought she would have been a natural fit as the leader of the Wyatt Six along with Uncle Howdy. I thought that would have been exciting. But they're doing a tag team with Charlotte Flair, helping Charlotte Flair turn babyface. But as for Alexa Bliss, I think her time in the main event scene is over. But I will say anything is possible for her. I don't think she's winning the Women's Royal Rumble. Not by a long shot, but anything's possible. Jade Cargill, she's the reigning WWE Women's Champion, but if she, for some reason, lost it, she could easily win the Women's Royal Rumble. You could eliminate the 29 other women in the match, one by one. If she came in at number one, just, okay, eliminate them. Number 3, gone. Number 4, gone until the match is over. She's dominant. She's bigger than everyone, stronger than everyone. If she's in the Women's Royal Rumble match, she should set the record for eliminations this year. If she hasn't already, if she could break her own record, do that. She's that dominant. That's how she should be presented. But if she's the WWE Women's Champion in a few weeks, she's not going to be in the Royal Rumble. But if she isn't, she could easily win. Maxine Dupree will be defending the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Becky Lynch tomorrow night on WWE Raw at the Barclays Center in New York. I don't think Becky Lynch is winning the title back, so I'm going to put Maxine Dupree on the anything. I'm going to put it wouldn't be nope. I'm going all over the place. This one's they want to push her. I'm putting a solid choice. I'm just leaving it there and walking away. Wouldn't be surprised is too much for Maxine Dupree. A solid choice would make sense to me. Just because they view her as something. They view her as a star. They're trying to make her into a star. That's why they're having her in this feud with Becky Lynch, and I think Dupree has been delivering on her promos recently. So I will put her as a solid choice. I want to go wouldn't be surprised. Can't have AJ Lee be the only person in that tier, but I just can't get there. But I will get there with Becky Lynch. I don't think she could easily win it. I think she's in a role now of helping others. Seems to like a younger talent. She helped Lyra Valkyria tremendously. So I think that's her role now as a veteran, a heel, getting other people to be bigger stars. But having said that, she's still a massive star, and I would not be surprised at all if she won the Women's Royal Rumble match. Stephanie Vaquer, the reigning champion, could easily win if she lost the title. WWE is all in on Stephanie Vaquer. It's very obvious. She's great in the ring. She has a great look. I don't see her losing that title anytime soon. But if for some reason it happened, she could easily win. And I'm also going to throw Liv Morgan and could easily win as well. She missed a lot of the year due to a shoulder injury from her singles match against Kairi Sane in June. She returned at Survivor Series to help Dominic Mysterio defeat John Cena to capture the IC title for the second time. She's insanely popular. She's one of the biggest stars, not male or female, on the roster. She could easily win the Women's Royal Rumble match. Along with like Bianca Belair, she's like right there of people who I think should win it. Rhea Ripley as well, Io Sky. Everybody in that could easily win category. But Liv Morgan, from the injury, hasn't wrestled a TV match yet. She's only been on live events. She hasn't wrestled a TV match since June. Maybe she won't wrestle a TV match till the Royal Rumble match. But Liv Morgan getting back to the top of the women's division, I like it. I could see it happening, but that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know who you think is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble match, and if you have not subscribed, please do so. Have a good one.